Yeah.
I'm a member of the ANC. I love ANC more than my girlfriend,
No, I different.
more than my future. However,
Whoa.
however, wherever the ANC want to deploy me, I'm available. Incident can be in your motho wa treatiwa ha ba o batla, for example, go prevent ba mo jikise, hey wena uzala kakhulu ufuna uzala wena mara se azele futhi bayamcriticize, but because of we are led by people who don't understand laba kabaliti degree ba banga understand the constitutional right ya South Africa, which is a challenge. And then I'm acknowledging black people to say, when you start NPO, don't think of soup kitchen, think with your minds. No, I'm not attacking you, but most of the time they don't want to say, okay, as my pay so postpone this bafundi say is skill. Because remember,
welcome to another episode of Resilience with Keletso Molubi. I would like to thank our guest for coming through, and also our team. Today it's a very special day. We even have our CEO in the building, so it's gonna be a nice one. So yeah, Vincent, let's not even waste any more time. We've been here. We've had a podcast that was not recorded outside. And we apologize for the delay. We understand there was miscommunication and all of that, but thank you for coming through and being patient with us. So yeah, you can shortly maybe introduce yourself.
oh, my name is Vincent Sillo Cossa. I don't know why my mom called me Sillo Sasichaba. It's an honor to be. It's an honor to be invited, especially by young people, because of it's bad to be honored when we are no more, but it's good to be honored while we are still alive. Especially in South Africa, we always honor people during their death, not during their lifetime.
Yeah. No, Vincent, you've been someone who's been very active in our community, being Snake Park. A lot of people know you for many things. They know you as a politician. They know you as an activist. They know you as a community developer, someone who's very passionate about education, helping young kids in terms of their education, whatever challenges that they may be facing. And I'm glad that I witnessed you in terms of each and every aspect that I've just mentioned now. And in terms of health-wise, we even touched on that, and listening to you speak about that, I was very touched to say, Vincent has really been through a lot, but we'll talk about that on the maybe last segment of the podcast. For now, I just want to have a conversation with you based on what we know you for, mainly being politics. What is your view in terms of how things are currently in our country and our community being Snake Park?
I started to join politics during Cossa's time, student movement, when I were recruited by a man called Vincent Sillo. May his soul rest in peace. My first, if I'm going to be successful, I wish to make him a tombstone, because if it was not him, I was not maybe going to be popular. The current issues of politics is the system that especially divided us as black people, because nowadays we politicize even poverty, we politicize even inequality, we politicize even jobs, which is wrong, because of many people have got talent, and in South Africa we've got skilled We've got oceans, we've got rivers, we've got lakes, but we can't produce champions. But people who buff on a buff to they always produce the champions. And you ask yourself, a wealthiest country like this, what went wrong? Because we've got political freedom, but economical freedom is a challenge. Even myself, as a politician, sometimes it gets sad when you see someone politicize poverty. Because where I grew up, especially my mom, in le motshwara thipa ko bogaleng, mama ka na go bolela gore o ska le sera sa gago o ska sitima dijo, o ska wa etsang godisa motho, because my mom was a humble a woman. During Christmas time, if narukile diaparo, he will go a ilo reka nama kgomo ba e tlhabele kwa, ba etse stew a fe malapa a tlhokang, especially needy families, but ena sa rate gore a shootwe dinepe ga thusa ba ditšhaba, because na bolela gore letsogo le ska la bona le ga le dira something.
Oh, wow.
So I become inspired by my mom now, but this current situation is already set, especially in South Africa, to see owners of the country become unemployed. You go to universities, young people, they don't have a space. Their space have been sold. And they will tell you that Banabako IEM Independent Exam Board, IEP, yeah. They've been late. Some of them, their spaces directly, so because wana azange I accept gore I had to go emailing gore ba monkile ko varsity, and you put gore we accept no because of leko skolong na sena access towards a computer. And it becomes a challenge, but I think even in institutions must come to us, especially NPO like yours, to come and challenge, to come and visit young people who've got challenges, to say, we are here to help you how to register at varsity. We are here to teach you how to write business proposals, because of South Africa is rich. It's got minerals. It's got many things in South Africa. And then it's sad to see young people who are skilled become unemployed. Yes, not everybody will go to university. Yes. Some of them, they are skilled. Is what Ntate Motlanthe, I love that old man with my heart. Not everybody will go to university. Got different skills. The problem is that the system in South Africa, they taught us already workers. They never taught us to be a business people, to be skilled people. Yes. Like I cannot go to say China, this neighborhood side countries like Mozambique. Those people are skilled. Those people, they can fix cars, they can build properties. But why not us in South Africa? Because not all of us will be bookworms.
Yeah, no, I hear you. And touching on that, there's something that I would like to share with the community. I believe so much in terms of skills development, and upskilling yourself as an individual. So currently, those who follow me on social media could see I own a car wash, and through that car wash, I started to see, okay, I have a younger brother. He's currently 12 years old. And I was like to him, you know what? I want you to now fully own the car wash so that you can have practical experience in terms of running a business, And, I saw that he got very excited. And we started having conversations in terms of him wanting to own mines, him wanting to own businesses. Yes. And then that's when I saw that, an environment will always shape you as a person. Once you're exposed to something, you get intrigued, to say, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that. So what I would like to also share with people who have kids currently is, I believe that Bana Baba sitting Bana 11 years, they can learn something, My younger brother, I own a baker, I own a car wash. My younger brother can wash a car. He can also bake bread, from start to finish. And those are the two skills that he currently holds. And now imagine adding plumbing into that. Hansa Hola adding him being an electrician or understanding mutakas. Also him now understanding woodwork. Even if something happens to me and his mom, God forbid, he will never go to better Saja
Yes.
because he holds certain skills. You understand? That will help him to generate chelete until Abashapo or until he achieves anything Abatangwe achieve, you know. And with our school system, yes, we know that it's not aligned to the current situation. You know, we are, as you were saying, we are taught to be employees. So I don't know what would be your advice or what would be your thoughts into, you know, introducing such things, practical business experiences gobaneng baskolo, rather than just teaching them about business management. And you're only getting taught that when you get to like grade 10 or varsity. So it's according to me, that's late. I don't know what you think about that.
I know. I want to challenge my brother, who's the Minister of Higher Education, Putima Namela. Somehow, when it comes to socialism and Leninism, I'm his product.
Okay.
I wish that Putima Namela can bring such called institution called setters towards our communities.
Okay.
Skill development centers like Saipono. Saipono is always giving young people internships. NPOs must be empowered. For example, if we can empower Tito Gili said, we give them 4 million rand to say, there are machineries, there are what's so-called workshop for these young people to learn skill development, to be more advanced when it comes to technology, because of it's not all about theory. In other countries, we can be taught science without a theory. Like I remember one day, I was, I think, in grade 4 or grade 5 in Bonamelo Primary School. We were asking ourselves, because there's some people that don't understand, there's this thing called medico. Medico is, doctors, different skills of their doctors and whatever. Like somebody is not like being honored as a doctor, thinking that kid doctor was surgery, but there's a medico deals with certain a skill of doctors. Okay. I remember one day in grade 4, the teacher asked me, Vincent, what I told the teacher that I want to be a gynecologist, and I was beaten for that at school. It's where I was so disrupted to say I want to be a gynecologist, and then kashapuya ka tswa mokolo ko tlaseng ko gore ke batla ba gynecologist ko Bonamelo. Yaanong ha ke tswa mokolo, the teacher came to, the principal, Mamukos.
Yeah.
Are boy, konje ke yona nto ke no, I want to save girls one at one the cervical cancers. Okay. That kids must not come ka di breach bo di tlhogo, mo ka mmele, tshwantse ngwana a tle ka ntwena bo di cesarean re khona gore re tlise ngwana a sa ba le re go lwantsha bo di child immortality. That's my dream. It's where the principal are excited, ma'am, we're wrong to beat such a young person, to beat this Elena, because Elena came with something that Rona already saved. But I was beaten on that.
You want to understand the why no sharp?
And she thought I'm a pervert. Because I said I want to be because of it's how it shows we've got chauvinism that there are jobs for Satan, there are jobs for Satan gender.
Yeah,
males cannot be gynecologists, and when you go to like my brother, Dr. Bandile Masuku, he's a gynecologist, and then. If I got him by that time, maybe I was going to be a doctor. But because I was disrupted, because people are mokasi, some teachers remember teaching Kobona is not a calling, it's just a profession, because Nasena Horaga is a Satan, maybe econometrics. But I was beaten by that time, and I cried tears to say, Ketlaka something, teach Kamolaka, the Honal Momidi, Kohonal body, urologist, cardiologist, they got different department of doctors. But by that time, I was beaten.
it's straightforward.
And I got very hempe a white. Keletso Molubi. Kashapuya kampa mako classing. And then guys who are the class call fell. But what kind of like it was so sad. I cried tears. I don't want to lie. And I hope that's a zilo leishan. Like kadilo vale enga mo.
Wow. Sure. So you hear, guys. Gynecologist.
Yeah, but their skill development put Dr. Hartman, Minister of Education, Putima Namela. Tanze bache motivate more industrial or factories because of we need skill in South Africa. We've got shortage of skill. Remember World Cup 2010. Balatile di artisan kontle azange balata ya ke di South Africans balatile President Jacob Zuma had to go lata di experts tsa di artisan ko di countries tse di tshwanang le bo China ba fitla mo batlo ba hira bana ba rona ka di unskilled labor, not even semi-skilled labor gore ba itse taka ba fe those Chinese and Russians during 2010 World Cup. When they introduced BRICS.
Yes,
but us and South Africans, only academics who were part, but they were part because of a certain percentage of triple B certificate. They're not even 100% of both Afro-Sim cement as black people. They were just the face by that time. But if we can bring our own skill development, because the only job creation most NIPAC was so-called the subcontract after 3 months ifedile and then we were excited thina siyaqembelekanye si create umsebenzi kanti umsebenzi for 3 months after more you are nowhere to be found. We need to come maybe Keletso brick makers whatever rebelling to rona e tlo sustain bana ba batho mo ha ka sheba gona I'm not xenophobic. The mitlaba ya mokase rekiswa ke bo mamias wena pa they say 10 few people abana le di hardware so your younger brother want to be a businessman and even we can I always encouraging courses to say when you go to your conferences, tell them that you want an entrepreneur as a subject, not business studies as a subject, because of business studies is teach you how to make money for someone, or you say pajama But if we can come with entrepreneurship as a subject, I think South Africa will go forward.
Sure. Yeah, no, I hear you, man. And going back to your school days, hey, you told me a lot. I'm just trying to remember everything right now. And you also touched, maybe when answering me, you can also add on that to say, you spoke about fundraising, how it's what the schools are currently doing is not allowed, right? And I would like for you to also touch on the incident whereby you said you were beaten I think you were doing matric and it led to you having health issues now and all of that. Yeah, I hope it's not a loaded question.
No, it's not a loaded question. 2009, I think I was doing matric, and teachers were on strike for 3 months. And as Vincent Sillo Cossa, I raised before I go to that. There was the time in grade 8 when I joined Cossas. SGP managers, which is in NASCOP by that time, they told that they don't want pregnant learners at school. But I raised an issue to say, even those pregnant girls, also they must go, not only girls. Because remember, kitchen is not meant for a woman, it's meant for those who are hungry. And after I had to issue that statement, I was a treasurer of Cossas in Dobsonville by that time. It was the time I got a call from the MEC of Education. By that time, I was Mama Angie Motseg before he became a minister. And I was so shocked in Triplang. Why they call me? Some an issue. So when I come there, Mama Angie was so excited. But I cried tears of joy. I'm not a prefect, MEC. Or whatever you said, my son, it was cooked. From today, I'm going to adopt you as my son. And then evening, every time I'm not going to pet mount her. She's a mother to me. Evening, my mom, when passed away, she buried my mom. And she assisted me when it comes to health issues. And I respect that woman. And then he said, panelist, by that time, Panyaza was a spokesperson sa Gauteng. It's where they adopted me. But from today, Rotlo uniform of a boy. Came when I was doing matric, it was so sad. Teachers went to strike for 3 months. And then I raised some issues saying, ba strike-ile ka nako e dijo ba di cheletse di a bola di tin fish mo le go di go strike-ile go tsuang and re tsa twena. I said we need what's so-called a study guide because of my teacher striking. And even by that time, my minister was a minister by that time. Okay, Mama Angel issued Department of Basic Education, they issued a study guide. Okay, into it like that. At the time, my teacher Rabu Wakausano go school little kwala. Yes, teachers are on strike, but our minds were not. But we can't allow teachers to come today. But or bolella gore re tlo kwala matric because of they knew gore the landlord di kwatile, which is people who are owning banks, the bank, yeah, because of remember when you pay a bond, you are a bank dweller. Yeah, see, according to you're tenant into your own house, according to those who are well educated more than us. I raised that statement. After I raised that statement, there was that time. Tomorrow I went to school. I was beaten for that. And then some of them bangaga mo pele ka shapa ki ureta. Like na 3 days ke sa rote. Kanto ante ke re ke ngwala accounting finally kante moroto tlo itswela. I had to put cadet for 1 year kaofela. Ke sena funding. Yeah, cause na hotle is go di public hospital. There's a man called Kit Michael. He paid for my medical bill because of nakeshapilo ke mphaga just for fighting the study guides for bana ba skolo ba tlo kwala ene ke shapilo le ke batho ba batona who don't understand gore reng. And then again now we're facing a challenge at schools that COSAS and prefects. School cannot fundraise ka bana ba skolo. You cannot being barutle ka typec while school kra LTSM a budget which is it's a category maintenance and it's maybe more than 2 million for the whole year. And Orasheva stationary is not more than 500,000. Wow, the typec. And it is a danger because someone who is intelligent will say, our teachers are the smart board, but some raise the paperwork. And us, we want paperless. And if we get young people who will challenge, I'm afraid because of challenge but they must know that quintal 1, quintal 2, it's a no-fee school. Like quintal 3 and former model C, which if I'll be raking one qualify for examination, what a konongwala as a patella school fees, because each and every child goes school for the whole year, according to budget, Minister of Finance, your child is waiting 40,000 the whole year. It's been paid by the government, by the taxpayers, not by the government. Number 2, if SGB want to fundraise with school children, they must go outside by sponsor, which is section 38. SGB study guide, study not study guide, study statement what result saban. Pare ngwana la tlile buka ngwana never molao wa dumele. Ora ona right ya go tshwara ditshwanelo tsa ngwana wa sekolo because of wa violated section 29 which is it's a right to learn, section 27 human rights. However, we've got the challenge of NPOs. We're supposed to be challenged such incident go clinic o thole hore motho wa treatiwa ha ba o batla for example go prevent ba mo jigise hey wena uzala kakhulu ufuna uzala wena mara se azele futhi bayam criticize, but because of we were led by people who don't understand laba kabaliti degree ba banga understand the constitutional right in South Africa, which is a challenge. And then I'm acknowledging black people to say when you start NPO, don't think of soup kitchen, think with your minds. No, I'm not attacking you, but most of the time they don't want to say okay as my pay so postpone as bafundise is skill, because remember mkhonazi we say someone ko tronkong 15,000 per month re bala dijo tsa dijang go pare ngwana sekolo o ja malponyo, but by that time khona go tle ba re ba ja di what's so called ingingila ko sekolong, but ba go raise the issues gore why motho bolaileng papa go ngwana o or papa go mama go ngwana o a ja sharp ko tronkong, but this ones ba jesu ba treatwa like the piglet. And then I remember one day again, there was the time I got suspension. That's why I've never enjoyed my youth. I never enjoyed my education because of I was treated like a perpetrator. I remember one day to say, food could go on the right, but the problem, but what about ke bona ba ba sa tsebeng mo apaya ko sekolong. And why before ba tlo ba employer ko di paneleng ba sa ba testise dijo tsa bona gore isa so that are ba ska ba hiriwa, but not everybody must come at it. But I never enjoyed it. I remember one day go Tulane. I came ka Greyhound go Tulane. It was a gala dinner ya Cossa. That one was huge. And then Remitan Tate KB Mapatso, re batla di base. I'm going to meet you with someone. Or someone came on, and that person is Dr. Ivan Cossa. Never get up. Yo, bra Ivan, I don't know, it's not bra. Get doctor. But say, yo, those young people, I leave these young people. What do you want, young people? Said, that man gave us a Greyhound.
Sure.
The Greyhound came go school. Hi, it's a Greyhound. But it's a pile ka this thing. Yes, Amanya because the date of birth, date of Amanya.
Yeah.
Bana ba tsame ba ya Galatina. Before Galatina, go na le ngwana mo ba re ke Noyaba, may her soul rest in peace. Nantse 4 weeks ko mortuary. I contributed that child must be buried ke le ngwana school. I went to my funders because some of them were excited about this man. Is now, I don't know what happened after ke tsamaya ka wheelchair. My sponsors ran away. Zang sa tlhola ke ba le di sponsors. But problem kana na ke sa di batlele nna. Ne le go na di mpha tšhelete, but ne ya go di satanic families ba ba sena next. Greyhound it go school. Come Monday, I received a letter that I'm suspended. Why kids like a Greyhound while a principal I cannot afford a arrow coach. But now organize it. How ke suspend? I called the office go Park Town. Chairman. Chairman okay ka tola the late Papa Homa Cash. Screamer.
Yeah, scream.
You know one caller, one caller A1 ko sekolong. Ka boela ko sekolong. Principal ana, o bazela phila bantu bomele sekolong. I must call someone or powerful so that ke tlo thola education yaka. And then re kopile ra re bana ba ya ko Galatinic. Ke shola nna le gore ke bulukile ngwana sekolo gore a boloke. I'll go grade 11. And it was so sad because of, I'm saying I never enjoyed my education. I was tortured. Ka mo ke kana sekolo. Ke fremile ka sethunya re tsaolela ntlu ya mfano monyane ba ba ja ntlu ya papa gagwe ke di family wa twate ba kakela papa gagwe tlhokafala wa tlotsha ba re go nna na ke tshwere sethunya. I got tortured for something that I never done. How life go nna zanka enjoy ke le a scholar. Unfortunately ke tshwantse ke kwale matric ko accounting ke re ke ngwala accounting mo roto a itswela azanka o ngwala matric wa ka o rewrite after says ba se tswantse cadet. Come for remove a cassette. Ke kopana le mama ka mpotsa mama engineer mitsa ka mama.
Oh, okay.
Mama ampotsa ke eng tshwere ke cassette ke rota ka yona. A re wa ina ke nana o intshitsa wa bona. A re ke tla kopana le kgwalelong. That man Kid Michael organized a chopper gore tlonka 02911 mo le go di grandong. Some people were angry gore ba bang di ambulance di ba lata after 4 hours na go tlile chopper ya nkisa ko ko Mail Park. Ba bang yes. Ba bangwe ba tla ba tlompona ko sepetlele ba re konna a go tshwanne chopper ntwena room ro be sepetlele so robetseng ko sona ka gona ba re sa khone ro bala mo the jealousy. Like I never enjoyed my life. Only batho tshwana le bokeletso so always support me my radicalism, but ba bang they think I'm mad when I'm fighting for the rights of people because of I don't want to see people like there was a time in Mozambique because nna ke hlokometswe ke na le 4 years ke ile ka kidnapped yo ka di 4 years le ngwana ko ga Teresa ba kidnapped yo ba re ba ile re ntsha di private part ba ile rola ka tsona. Think bo ma 93 so se sampe re gola ba re kidnap ka uthe ngwana ka se ba re khora e risa ko ngakeng gore nka di private parts tsa rona go re be ba tletsa di business ka rona. And it was so sad by that time. Okay, le khwala papa ka ventina mo mining ana le di powers re tsa re tholagale ba kana za bo di K9 bo eng ra tholagala. That's why I'm saying I never enjoyed my childhood. I only was given by my mom, and my mom, her soul rest in peace. Even when she passed on, he had people bad mouthing me. It's how she got a stroke. And she stayed for 10 days, and after that she passed on. And she said to me, I bought your death, and no one will kill you. I'll always protect you. Whatever you want to do. Like 2 months go ICU. My family were given 10 days or batima machine. Ka tsatsi la bitere ka lora mama ka re sello go a tšha ko ntlong and be tsa ka tsoga ida ke tlo ba khabetšhe na tlhola ke phela. But after 3 days a re ke time mollo ka tsoga ko sepetlele. That's my mom, and I want to thank the person that I'm dating. She's one of the people who said to my father, don't allow people to switch off this machine, because I know Vincent o tla tsoga ke phela le ena motho. But I never enjoyed my youth mo Toronkop. I ke phele monate. I started to heal last year ke le mo podcasting ke ntsha gore na ke se ke joa ke selo mo gare sa batho se ntsha gore I never enjoyed my youth, especially my schooling. Nako nngwe repeat school go grade 11 or I remember, of course, just to repeat. I remember ke passitse grade 11. One of the mother wa SGP a gana ka report ya ka re wa ke passitse accounting ka dilo tse dis until mem khwetjana mo phone le nang go ta accounting ka mo phone ka remember gana ka phone ya ka report ya ka le mem Jaft bara war Vincent a mo ruta accounting wa le SGP o tlo kena ditaba tsa ntho ke passitse go grade 11 ke ya go grade 12. Like I never enjoyed some of the people here were community leaders who are dealing with crime, but they think I'm the one of the criminals because of my connection that I'm doing. It's sad to see how I'm being treated like a foreigner in my own country.
No, Vince, like speaking about like the connection that you have, the network that you have, we always say your network is your net worth. And in politics, once you are well connected, we expect you to live a certain life, you know, to be successful in terms of social you know, perception.
Yes.
Successful. What you just told us now, I mean, this is your journey, you know, which you've done a lot of things for the community, and according to people like us, like now I see you as a success.
Okay.
Just because you don't have the material things and all of that, it doesn't really matter, you know. But for motoling well connected, bo Panyaza, bo me NG, you know, so many bo Menkosazana.
Yeah.
You know, we would expect you who vaka G63 nyana, wantola udula ko Santini or something. Like just be honest with me and tell me, why is it that your life turned out differently to what we would expect? Life ya motho connected jwalo. No, tshwantse abe ale sharp. Because politics baja for bone. Why is it that?
Firstly, I always read what's so called a script called Isaiah 60 verse 22. It's I the Lord, when the time is right, I will make it happen.
Yeah.
And I think it's 38 verse 12 go Isaiah ere patient ya gago emele because modimo tla etsa a bigger thing. Every time I always read about Oliver Tambo, Che Guevara, about those people. Che Guevara, as a true leader, you must share a drop of water with poor people. Are Thomas Sankara, you must decide that you want to give people free water or you want to give people, selective people, Satan's champagnes, like what our leaders are doing. I never get mention the purpose that day because I was maybe soon I'll be a lawyer, an advocate. There's this man, may God bless him, University, Advocate Mashudu. He's not me who's always he's always sometimes he's giving money to assist these young people. And then I am defamation of character. That's why I'm not going to mention those people about their names. I don't want to mention their names because the law will say why you didn't open a case by that time. There are certain people, they are rich. but it's not their man. They are just faces. They are just doing money laundering to them. And if you are not a true leader, o tlo qhomela batho ko wena ko ra bona, and then somebody se ko nna ha ona koloi a can criticize nka ba le khakala, but that person ke ice boy ya batho ba ba hlolang ba mo roma hore ba latele di cherry, but now maybe I'm not an ice boy or a slicker. I read about Oliver Tambo, a man who brought ANC alive in South Africa, who took it from a gravel road to what's so called a tar road. Oliver, he said, when you teach an African child, you teach as if you teach your child. Unfortunately, le ko gae o ka nagana re phua, but re rata go iba humble mo fatshe, because of it will never be good driving G63 e rasa e duma etsang, but ke sena pelo ya batho, ke sena gore nka thusa batho ka eng. I'm a humble guy, but I wish one day but I was taught by a woman called Nomzamo. May her soul rest in peace. That woman said, I'm an ocean. Soweto is like an ocean to me. I'm like a fish. I'll never be out of Soweto. May her soul rest in peace. Mama Matikizela Mandela. She was staying in Soweto. She was a freedom fighter. She was denied to be the president in South Africa. It was said because even women were saying, I guess, part of a criminal, Winnie Mandela. Like myself, Vincent Cossa, I was denied many opportunities. Some of them, I gave them ideas. As a CIPC, my name is not there. I was denied. I remember even in grade 10, I won president, but I vote because of Naga president. So accept because even in Jesus Christ, he was humble, but in the wealthiest moments of I decided to say, I'll be a champion of the poor. I'll share whatever I must share with the poor. Yes, I might dream one day what I want to but I'm always saving I can become a minister of education. I rather being driven ka Toyota test. There's some people that are still hungry ko kasiaka. Nagana se ke fitla ka GL63 or X7 mo le di blue light ke batla go boniwa. But ha le nako ya modimo etla. Maybe one day I'll be one of the honored by a Nobel Peace Prize. Maybe go Russia, give Vladimir Putin ang honorary president ya go Cuba. I was once a leader, but there are people but they are not happy. Health wise, they are not happy. Some of them they can drive those, but they've got bedroom issues where they stay at night. They are boring even their wives, but be happy that like myself, I'm always saying that ngihlala ngilindile ngiyafana nalo mama loyana kade bamthuka bathakazali uhana, but he surprised many people. Atlaka Samuel, then one day I'll surprise people. Maybe I'll become one of the best leaders. This is Park, but I'm proud about life. Yes, so it's difficult because now going on over immobile, now going on losa tole koloi. But I wish like business people, some of them they can sponsor me. But I'm not going to say I am poor. But for now, I am bankrupt. But I'm not going to say I'm poor because of I'll be cursing myself. Yes.
It's a mindset.
Ka di 27 tsa May ke kene kwa ICU ka tswa ka di 5 tsa July, and the doctor na di ntlhobogile mo the world of living. But modimo a ntshotsa ka phela ka ba right, and funny enough ke le ko ICU go na le bontate mogolwana ba tla mpega ma aeroplane ka thola bana ba sekolo ba lla ba tshile aeroplane a kwazi ukuhamba buti ungaka se achievela nga okuhle emhlabeni sisakudinga malume. But that dream is le gore ba bana ba sekolo ba lle eskaya fofa aeroplane ya dula mo fatshe. Because I believe in school children.
No, I'm trying to process everything. Like, hey, it's a lot. It's a lot. But let's touch on your candidacy. Kukile o batla o stand this year. Yeah, I don't know whether yeah.
I'm a member of the ANC. I love ANC more than my girlfriend,
Different.
more than my future. However,
Oh.
however, wherever the ANC want to deploy me, I'm available. Can be in Uganda. If they can say I must be a ambassador there, I'm available because of mafura ngwana ke khurumiwa. Yes, I will never decline any opportunity that comes from the African National Congress. Yes, I joined this organization voluntarism during Cossa's time. I never jumped the political stage. I started politics at the early age. But when the ANC says to me, even the society, because before you become a member of the ANC, you're a leader, you are from the society, you belong to the society. But if the society can come and say, Vincent Rabatla Roma, Tama Ori leader, I will jump. And on that vision, on that being appointed or not being appointed, I want to see Sniper Senale factory. Example, the aparo. Maybe agri-farming e tlo tshwara dilo kaofela o mongwe a tla ka mongwe ke o rekisa dikolobele ke market flea market ke yone. Yes, that's my dream. More it will be a bonus because of ke batla go bona batho vele Sniper se empowerisitse. And there's a leader that is always inspiring me. He is no more ba re ke ntate Obert Musiane. Ntate Obert Musiane ba re a kilawisa some hostel ne hlokomeza ba ka nko tsetsa at the age of 13 years, the late Obert Musiane ba re a ba cancel. Unfortunately a tshwantsa leader ka osane e ba utla ba re o tlhakofetse. That man is my inspiration, and I'm not saying bo Solomon Mahlangu, but motho wa mokasa ba bua ka Obert Musiane. I become inspired. History gagwe e alkala tantla invite ntate le kgetho go Dobsonville ole a ona tla ka idea ya Niki Sambi so be Dorothy Nyembe a ka go bolela history ya Musiane o ka lla dikeledi. That's how I become inspired, or at least mo ka se gona le batho ba kileng ba, not because of batho raba, not everybody in the ANC is corrupt. Then it's a broader church. Remember go tronko go kerekeng le dikereke tse di infiltrated ke ba ibika ke ditsotsi di drug dealers ya no mapodisa never kene go kereka tona ga na mole re pusha di oil kanti there's a underground what le ANC. Most of the leaders in the ANC infiltrated this organization that we love kwane ba sai batle ba sai itse ba tsang fela di blunder hore ANC be nkare ha e batle go bathong. But wherever the ANC deploys me, mare akbatlin deploy ke be a ice boy. That one I won't do it. That one, or any Satan leaders bare hozala zo washimo down. That one, that's why I rather be poor. And bana lo shoro na Vincent ngale ngondo yakho angaba ukude ngabe uyavuma nje ube yi personal cult. I won't do that because of even in my late mom I never ke mo hlompha, but I never worshipped her. Ke metse di tiko ke metse eng. But I love this organization, and whatever it says, I'm available for certain positions. Okay. I'll do more, and I will challenge many things that are happening. Like, for example, as a true leader, not only the councillor, but the community at all, and even political opposition parties, we must go and challenge things like harmony, to say we don't see 30% of mining charter empowering people to start their own businesses, to employ young people who have been completed matric. We don't see that. It's just a white elephant. But you want to see it. You want to challenge such things. It must be the first thing that we must challenge that mine, because of we cannot stay in such a mine. And it's on the billion. 100 billion, the certain amount must assist the community. Like Bafokeng. The Bafokeng in Rustenburg, they are not suffering. Or suffer they behave like Jews. Jews never see one hobo thing. But because they've got resources, they're always empowering one another. Like this thing, your podcast, one day I want to see it. It's finally CNN, BBC. Challenging issues that are affecting our people. Today, leader stadium, they will say, hey, Madam Connors, you sabotage a state. No, I sabotage a state. Because of young people, by Mamudi Kone, Banse Bashapa Bono Mayin, some leaders at the certain institutions, they resign the tracks for Wanababona Baroba Lebajel. And we must defend him, Konazi. It's one of our own. We cannot allow that to see our country to Mexico. It will lead to a kiddy truck cartel. And the reason that, I don't know, last week when Paris was beating a glorious team, Kaiser Chiefs 3-0, I met young people. Some of them, they're not even politicians. They said, hey, we become inspired. We saw you closing a tavern. While the leaders inside the community, young people, their souls ends there. But when now you just brought school children, you close the tavern. While as we failed to do that as a community, but when I became brave. And some of the leaders, they know that what causes me, but some of them, they know was one of the leaders that came and beat me ko skolong yes, yeah. Some of them, I told them, one day, Satan women, it's wrong let's apere a certain t-shirts lo celebrate mola gore thole pale while mama go ngwana tlhokafetse. We had 2 young people who died there, and we never supported their families as politicians. And we're supposed to go to NPOs and say, Mama go molemo o fila yang, Mama go voyo o fila yang. Mama go voyo end up a ipatletse tsoitseng ne bolele ngwana ga ya ko Mojalaf go scheme a ile ipatlela tsoitse go sizokuthola ba mothola mthate. But the certain community were quiet and say, but young people, I'm proud of them. They said we see a potential because Vincent Cossa. And I remember the time we first Kuala Tavern, most of the leaders were angry gore he nkaba ke balatile after mo. Isa Kuala Tavern mapodisa a tla rantshwara. He o vala kanjani tavern basitshele ukuthi awona nabantwana. School children came and say magabosha siboshwa naye. Kanta ba itse re bosigo ke kwaletse liquor bought the feast of the premier. Department of Education to say tavern te gaufi le mo sekolong. And yes, it's how today equates. One hand equates because of Vincent Cossa, but because I spoken with some institution to say we can't allow such things. And taverns cannot be closer to communities. Even more vet Pojimo, the cheapest suburbs. Never told us trainer the community members. I don't say by the campaign that come the taverns about never tolerable save a portion what enlargement, pennies enlargement. You'll see enrollment to University of UJ, the port, Mokasimo Hadio, Kibo, you just naxifel. And we're always keeping quiet and say Rataba Bazos Bulala. While young people like Solomon Mashango, he never afraid to die. That's why he said, my blood will nourish the tree that will bear the fruits of freedom. Mama, tell my people that I love them and they must continue the fight. But Mokasi Barapaskele, Mahon Orgaga 5 feet for defending a wrong thing.
5 feet.
Yeah, wine. Mokas. Honal Mokilo Manzonda, Koko School Kosebisa. Teacher Rungina Butangana School or Rapere paint yanga color. I went to school, Kwaka Assembly Kare. If male teachers have been attracted by school children, why they don't buy their wife's school uniform? But people, they were angry to say, "Kombile teacher, school." Yes, yeah. But I became an enemy. That I'm always fighting for the truth. That's why my mom says, "One girl at the time I thought like of Luisa one girl, Okampana wa reka neto ska reka maka." My mom will pet mouth person cast it as a phone. Armoket tlakwan. Half is armolel or when our park mutu. That was my mom. That's why I keep on more neti ebe sharp. Yes, how would I need to toba poor? Bless I do that to an alibo chula. So we are rich. Rebutar how because of Ahona is Satan somebody killer get sanction now. But I'm available for any position that I'll be deployed. And then my dream. If I become a minister of education, no child will stay in classes. They must visit factories. Do you know G63 ko German? It made by a person on Oko Civic college. Gone re batla mo South Africa. Anga ipona ke driver G63 ke 7 million. Editswe ke motho ko Civic college. A etsuwa ke motho oko oko university. But it was created by a young man. That's why it's my dream that if one day I'll become, always tell my foster parents at Mama Eji, who is the minister of soldiers, who say, Mama, I want to be a minister of education because I want to change educational system in South Africa. Factories must be more. The reason why we ask about the status of economy, the reason about South Africa is problem of tenders. Tenders are not creating jobs. They're taking a month. But if we can build factories like China, Russia, South Africa will never be poor. Today, ba rekisetsa baruti di factory. Ba bule di kereke ba ntse ba re as thandazele ni youth. Mara ba lebala gore factory why they don't hire those young people. Ka di Sunday ge ba rapele, ka di Monday e be span. Yeah, that's such things. It's because of you as young people must understand that there's a state, there's a government. The ruling party, their common goal is to tell the state in parliament, because they've got 3 spheres of the state, which is a legislature. Executive legislature is where we passes the law. Executive is members of parliament. The constitution is where lawmakers decide to say. But the ruling party, we failed during Thabo Mbeki. We had 2/3 majority. We never practiced our right as South Africa to change the constitution. We end up done. Signs I'm an African. Never. We can even differ with Jacob Zuma. But Jacob Zuma, at least he built 2 universities, which is Mpumalanga and what's so-called Kimberley. They never ever had university, but he came with university to say, like, we can't do things that we always like, one loaf, one house. We can't, guys. Even this thing of food parcels must come to an end. Let's create jobs and people buy themselves food. Because of, I'm not saying it's wrong, but we need to create body veg, which let's say 10 veg supplier city deep, kadi carrots supplier, kadi onion, so that people this mind ya gore batho bang tshwarele tlhapi nna ke sa itse go e tshwara. It's a madness, and we become that's why people like Nigerians ba etsa bana ba rona di prostitute, because they're unskilled. It's bang go tlo mothola citizenship, but the state it's a tool. That's why the state is one assassinally. But the problem, the state is controlled by those who are moneyed. If you are not moneyed, if you can't drink a wine in Stellenbosch, you can't eat sushi in Zimbabwe. Unfortunately, you don't have say in South Africa. Just a non-tit. But we need to fight against such things.
Sure. Yeah, no, it's King. This has been a very insightful episode. It's getting even dark, come on, so I would say maybe for a day, we can, maybe we can have a second episode where we touch on other things, I won't much about your
contestation.
Yeah.
Yes, if that opportunity comes, remember a leader is from the masses.
Yeah.
But if Satan a group and say, Vincent was supporting you because I'm young. I've got a political history from Cossas. I'm available. I'm not afraid to say, hey, ba utlele ko dikoning ba re Vincent. Some madala utlile ko nna re ko nna tlo ba cancel yang e sena ngwana. Ka re mare last time ke gopola how only a family player, we are not a family planner. Yeah, and yeah, but I'm available for this position if young people will say, "Siyak support, and I'm not afraid. I'm inspired that I'm a product of the masses, and then I'm a revolutionary. I'm not a counter-revolutionary. I'm not campaigning anyone, but Snapehacker needs new minds. Needs young people who will create jobs. Young people who will come with investors. Young people batlo dulang isimba criticizer gore mang he Keletso simbone a nyonyobisa one ban. Those kangaroo whatever. And now if I become maybe a councillor, I ke batle di sayings di personal. Re bonile o Vincent udatana nosbanban Vincent wenzani want something that is proposal to say Gauteng enterprise propeller unfortunately nakuthotse Pick n Pay ya di container tshwantse ke buile kwa ko blockade after sebetsa mo ne le telecom thing kanti ke tlo ba ko sepetlele for 2 months na ke apply tse le Gauteng enterprise propeller e approve Pick n Pay which is never go 4.2 million wena ba patala Pick n Pay wena o patala after 2 years so it is a profit dilo tse di tshwanang le tseo gore re batla bo di Ontate Joms like hona no go scale it's set you become a teacher ruta accounting but to kolota machonisa it's set you ruta business studies hauna shop it's set like we need such certain things or those programs di fihle Ontate Joms a fihle ko sebetsa ko tholana a tlo ruta economic management science or how to handle money today it is set and as leaders it can be a counselor it can be MEC it can be a premier but we need to teach our people literacy ya tšhelete or how say third party a re kwa mamu ya nkgaza o ile o kwala sport those programs as counselors I think if I can get that opportunity I will invite different institutions bo Nkosazana Mama Nkosazana Zuma a fitlhe a tlo ruta batho ka Africanism gore go tlile yang gore a be batho ke chairperson AU lo tse dingata like sniper ka sena le talent man but the problem ya gore hand to mouth e bolaile sniper ka like body taxi association ina 30 years nenza imali asali niyasebenza but anina ne aeroplane let's bring aviation department as a councillor and come say Dolchoda is doing well we want to see Dolchoda in 5 years but una Air Dolchoda from Cape Town to Joburg Air Dolchoda inale that sign arona gatekeng lebisang we serve our community with pride that's my dream to see such a black industrial remember we are the product of taxis but but if I become a council I'll bring more institutions bo ntate kumang wa stock exchange o wa reserve bank a tlo ruta bana ba rona gore nothing is impossible gore ka nna actual scientists we need to bring them but I'm not afraid that to say this year I'm not going to stand I'm going to stand for that position ke tla shapya go ke shapya nteng and I'm not going to buy anyone to vote Vincent Cossa e tla tswa mo pelong ya gago I never
Vincent kitse di proposal mo re tshwantse re o re fa di email no a re di batse khale di tse mo ka se ratse but no man thank you for your time I know re ka bua the whole day but yeah, we should respect time.
And I like to tell people before get off it, people must respect Mama Pumlile Shange. You see young people who insult a councillor, personal, they must come to an end. And some of them, they must stop taking people go to Facebook and what. An elder is an elder. Not everybody is 100% perfect. Bomkaka, osa roga batho ba batona, roga di principals bo mempanyana, ba isa go di social media without you go bona o ikutlele because angwa ba recruitile go nna di enemy e tsoro ile enemy ya councillor ile enemy we just recruited but this thing must come to an end. Reben discipline ke mantswaka towards young people if we differ lena professional not personal. Because una le bana lena but ba tloele ntho tse snacks le leadership ya ANC BC e leader ke Mama Phumlile Shange ke I supporter and I'm going to defend it.
No, thank you. So for today guys it's a wrap. We hope that you will enjoy the episode and please do subscribe and also leave a comment and follow us on our socials. It's Ado Production, Ado Play Production, and also Resilience with Keletso Molubi. And yeah, just to close, thanks Vincent, thanks to the team, thanks to Mpati, and yeah, it's a wrap.
Thank you.